East versus West, king of the table, Coresports, Engin, Terzi.
Yeah.
What are those things to you?
They're a blessing. They're a blessing to the sport of arm wrestling. And I'll even go further than that. They're a blessing to humanity, seriously. Like Engin Terzi, let me start with him, because in my mind, he's the most important guy. Engin Terzi is an arm wrestling psychopath. I have never in my life met someone who's so dedicated to the sport. And I've met a lot of arm wrestlers, and I've met a lot of crazy arm wrestlers, guys who love the sport. I've never met someone who cares so deeply about the sport. And Angan, again, none of us are perfect. And Angan's flaws make him very funny. And I don't even want to call them flaws, it's just who he is. Like his level of passion for the sport. I mean, so he did like, what do you want to say, 35 years as a competitor?
Yeah.
And during that time, I think that everybody gives them the highest respect as a competitor.
Right.
You know, consistently gold medaling. If Engin didn't win, you were probably slightly surprised. Or you wonder what was wrong with them. Maybe was he hurt? Like he basically is a champion of arm wrestling for 35 years. Accolades that rival John, really, if you want to really look at it. You know, he just happened to be in a lighter weight class, and so nobody really cares as much, right? but we all know that it's just one guy was born big. Angan is right at the very top of the sport as a competitor. He took that same energy and now put it into promotion. I think that all the athletes feel very safe. I think we all feel very safe with him because he is absolutely one of us. You know, like we all trust him.
Yeah.
You know, when Engin says something...
Yeah, you know it's done. There's no talk about it. Done.
Right. And, you know, when it comes to arm wrestling promotion, we've seen all sorts. We've seen it done by business people, and I'm talking high-level arm wrestling, okay? Like, we've never seen high-level arm wrestling done so well by one of us. By one of us. And, you know, and it's come to a point where the league has become so powerful. So, you know, transitioning to what East versus West is. And I will say that in the beginning, like, so if you go to the pandemic, it was Coresports. It was King of the Table. In my opinion, that led the charge, actually. Mm-hmm. In terms of the business model, in terms of, you know...
showing that this is possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. And I think that this brought about these were super important factors to bringing forth the modern world of arm wrestling. And now King of the Table and East versus West, they're very similar. I think that they kind of trade ideas, but they're definitely moving the same direction.
Same direction, yeah.
Same direction. You know, there's little experimentation that goes on in this league, little experimentation that goes on. But I feel like they're very much sister leagues that are kind of continuing to push the ball forward. You know, King of the Table, Coresports, East versus West. These are, whether you want to call it a partnership, whether you want to call it symbiotic, whether you want to call it, you know, having the same goals and dreams, close. Yeah, this is modern arm wrestling. And now, like, we've never been here. So for all the people who are looking at arm wrestling now, like, we've never had this. We've never had a league that has held all the champions, all of them. Before it was, you know, and going back in my career, you can say, oh, the best guys maybe in PAL, oh, but there's you know, Michael Todd is in the UAL, and, you know, Travis and Devon are pulling the WAL. You know, where would these guys fit together? I don't know, there's contracts, we can't really get them to pull. Mm-hmm. There's this ocean that for some reason, you know, guys are just not able to cross. And now, like, if you are not the champion of East versus West, you're not the champion. you're not. Like, there is no other league, and I say East versus West and King of the Table together, really.
Yeah.
If you don't win the championship in these leagues, I'm going to tell you that you're not the world champion. You're not. Now, okay, WAF is separate. Okay,
that's amateur.
Yeah,
we're talking professional.
Right, exactly. All the professional models, really, like it's become.
That's what everyone right now aspires to be. You want to get these two stages, right?
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it, and it's nice now because there is no more of that, like, oh, but what about this guy over here in this corner? No, everybody's here.
Yeah, we have Samushia, and Engin just keeps on bringing challengers to him, right? It used to be like he beat, and you're thinking like there's 6 guys that could beat him. We tested, they can't beat him, right?
It's wild, man. David Samusha, Jesus, I don't know. I have a guy that I keep thinking might be able to do it, but I mean, every time I kind of bring it up, they're like, no, this. But yeah, he's a killer. That's our most dominant champion. Yeah, what's he at? Like 9?
This will be 8 title match. Yeah.
And this one, he's going up against
Nurdolet. Yeah, I think the toughest for him yet. But Samushi, I think he kind of switches gears when he needs
to.
He's very super underrated, great arm wrestler, can do everything. But just because he doesn't speak English, right? He doesn't translate of his, like he will tell you, like he's like, oh, I just want to give a great match for the fans. And then he gives a great match for the fans. Fans don't recognize it, but that was for them. He could have won easier.
Well, the thing is, the longer these things go on, the more people start to pay attention to everybody. This card is so deep.
Crazy.
Yeah, like all the cards are good, but this one especially, I just think it's such a wild card. So many matches on it that I'm so curious about.
I talked with Engin, and I said my favorite card was East versus West 11.
East versus West 11.
If I have to go back, the matches were amazing.
Yeah.
The matchups, what was online, because there was like 6, 7, 8 champion titles, right? It's just great card. And I'm thinking like, now this is my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's been like that since the start, remember?
Yeah. No, they keep getting better for sure.
Keep getting better. Keep getting better. Yeah. Big moments.
Yeah.
Big moments.
Yeah.
And the moment that's going to rival all the other moments, I think. Yeah.
Very well could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well could. Yeah.